All right, here we are for the third round, and we're going to be playing first. Hopefully we can pick up a victory here. This is a particularly good hand, actually. There's some decks that will play well against this, but there's a lot that won't, so we're not going to mulligan this. It depends on what we're up against, but the combination of Golgari Decoy plus Ethereal Armor can be absolutely devastating. And if it's a deck that we really aren't worried about, or if they get off to a stumbled start, we can even go Mtgo Guildmage into double Ethereal Armor and just beat down. Problem with that is that if they do end up killing it, they also kill one of our best creatures, plus could be a 3-for-1 potentially. So this is something we're going to have to take a look at here, but this hand is very good. All right. Our opponent decided to keep their hand. They took a little while, but they did it. Hopefully we're not playing against a multiple GP winning player this time. With like 2 awesome cards as well. So this looks pretty straightforward. We're just going to lead off with the Guildmage here against an island especially. This is quite nice. And he's got an Action Injunction, which I don't think I really care about here. I'm going to just play out my my Centaur healer here. Ethereal Armor with Golgari Decoy is going to be... Well, never mind. Now he's got a whole nother color here. Yeah, I think I just attack here. I can run like 1 Ethereal Armor out there, but I don't know how good that is. Maybe I run one of them out on the Centaur healer. That way, because he doesn't really have a way to kill it. The only way he can bounce it with Dramatic Rescue, but then I get to regain the life and it's still a 1-for-1. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this because I am a little bit tight on mana here. So if I just do nothing for the turn, I still get to hit him, which is great. But this makes my, like, let's say I draw nothing, he plays a creature, I arrest it. Now all of a sudden this Ethereal Armor is hitting him even harder. So, yeah, I think this is better. I don't want to move all in and put both of them on. I mean, I want to, trust me, because it would be sweet. But 3 open mana just means that it's too much risk. So I am just going to attack like this. I don't think there's much he can do here. He can kill our Guildmage with, like, Street Spasm or something. But this right here is a 4-turn clock, but it's really a 3-turn clock if nothing happens. All right, what does he have? He's got Avenging Arrow. All right, so he decided to Avenging Arrow our Mtgo Guildmage, which is an interesting decision because he's still going to be under a lot of pressure from the Centaur healer. Let's see what he has here. He's got a Splatter Thug, which is kind of exactly what we want him to have here. Although he did not... This is interesting. He decided to leave it on its leash. He could have downsize, but that doesn't do anything here. It just means that he can block and not take damage. I don't think I really care about Splatter Thug at all here. Let's see what we draw. If I draw a land, I'm just going to slam Decoy and attack. If I don't draw a land, then I've got decisions to make. I can go for the second Ethereal Armor here and really hit him hard. He doesn't seem to be concerned about the Centaur healer, which is a little weird. I mean, the Mtgo Guildmage is obviously a much better creature, but this healer is putting a lot of pressure on him by itself. All right, so we did hit a land. All right, so we're just going to attack here. There's nothing in the set that he can have that'll change combat, so we're just going to go with the Golgari Decoy, and with any luck he taps out here. If he taps out for a creature that's not Void Wielder or something, oh man, we're going to get him so good. Because we're going to go arrest a dude and Ethereal Armor another one. All right, he's got Knightly Valor, so that's why he wanted it to be able to block. But this, little does he know, this is actually just going to be really awful for him. Okay, and a Giant Growth. This actually gets interesting now. Giant Growth. So if we play Ethereal Armor on this guy, he will become a 4/4 first strike, and then we can go arrest on this guy. And then we're attacking for lethal, and he has to block. I don't think he's going to have anything with populate, so we don't care. We can also just arrest this. But I'd rather get this thing, make him chump with it. I think, because if he gets rid of arrest later, then he'll have a big fat guy. So let's... let me see here. So ethereal armor here makes this a 4/4 and that a 5/5. So that's 9. Yeah, we can't quite get in for lethal here. So let's arrest this. And this is going to force a chump block. And he's tapped out. All right, so he's going to take 6. We could almost have gotten him, but it would have been only to 1. Or I wonder, wait, if I put the ethereal armor here, he would have been 7 attack. Oh, I could have just killed him. Ah, that was loose. Oh, no, wait, I couldn't have done all of them. All right. No, we're okay. Okay, so now he has to come up with something here. It looks like he's got a Azorius Arrestor for the decoy. Yeah, that'll keep him alive a turn. No, not for the decoy. All right, well, either way, I guess he's going to be blocking. He's got 4 mana available, but this is a 5/5. If I draw a land, which I do here, he's forced to block. I've got a 5/5. I guess I just attack here. It's lethal anyway, and if he's going to make some move to get rid of it, then he can make some move to get rid of it, but it's not really going to change much. So the question is, do I want to play Knightly Valor now? And I think the answer is yes. And I think I actually want to put it here. Like, what if he has Cyclonic Rift to bounce this? That would be bad, but not the worst. I'd get to gain 3 life, which is really irrelevant here. This guy's lethal on his own, though. The reason why I want to play it, though, isn't because to pump either of these guys. It's to get the token, because the token plus Giant Growth is also lethal, and even if he manages to kill this and play a guy, then we'd still be able to kill him. If I put it on this, then there's just basically no creature in the game that can get in the way. But I want to keep this alive. I want to keep this thing attacking, so I'm going to play it here. All right. So now if he goes Land Rift, well, then we just rebuild our board and kill him. But I think I like putting the most pressure on him here because this Knight plus Giant Growth means that even if he like untaps and kills this thing, like let's say he draws Tristani's Judgment here and he exiles this on attacks and then he makes a dude and he blocks this, then we still win. And it just really limits what he can do. All right, so we have successfully applied enough pressure to him to win. And I think we're okay. This isn't that I definitely don't want to be running the other stuff here. I think this is fine. I mean, yeah, Void Wielder's always good, but Void Wielder's just always good. it's just a great card. You know, when we did see him play a Knightly Valor, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a Selesnya Charm, a Common Bond, a Cellar, and a Wayfaring Temple. Yeah, this is just another really solid hand, I think. We're definitely going to keep this. We can go Wayfaring Temple into Cellar here. There's a Monitor, which is fine. Monitor's really good with Common Bond as well. I think I'm going to just... Well, let's see what he does here, but I think I'm actually just going to Selesnya Charm on turn 2 if we don't have anything else. Ooh, a Smiter? Smiter's sweet. Yeah, so let's just ship the turn back because we don't have another play and see what we want to do. We're going to have some options here, though. Like, I could see where we go Selesnya Charm and then play Wayfaring Temple and then play Cellar of Songbirds pre-combat and then bash him and try to start making these things. He's going to attack, but I don't really care. I don't want to trade off my Selesnya Charm for the stupid Nivix Guild Mage. If he wants to spend a bunch of mana doing this stuff, I think I'm happy. I think. Let's see what he has here. He's got a Splatter Thug that's pretty good. Ooh, Frostburn Weird's pretty good too. But we're going to be able to power through that, I think. So let's make a dude. Giant Growth. But we don't have a 2-drop. So would I rather trade... No, I don't think I would. I think I just want to play out this... well, I could actually play the Wayfaring Temple or the Smiter. I'm going to play the Temple. I think the Temple puts the most pressure on him because we can go Cellar and actually attack through this next turn if we want. This also might tempt him to attack into us, which is what we want him to do. This might be greedy. I mean, it might be better just to slam Smiter and start bashing his head in. But this gives us the most upside, and it also keeps the most heat off of us, potentially. I guess Smiter does that too, though. Let's see what he attacks with here. All right, so he is going to attack. I'm going to take this damage, and then I'm really curious to see what he does post-combat. That's going to be the key here. He does just nothing. Okay, well, this is a pretty straightforward spot. I think we can just run out Cellar here. And that way we can keep up Giant Growth. And I think we can go ahead and attack with both of these creatures as well. You bet. All right, so he's going to block with Frostburn Weird. And we're just going to let this happen. I'm assuming he's going to go for the pumps here. That's 3. All right, and now he's only got blue left, so there's nothing he can really do outside of... What's it called? Downsize or whatever, but that's still not going to get it done for him. All right, so we're going to run over his Frostburn Weird and hit him for 2. Yeah, and we're just set up. This is just setting us up for like a sweet sequence now. Because now he has to respect this thing. All right. And he's going to just use his Take Out the Night, but I'm happy to make these things. Because we're definitely going to cast a guy here. Even if we don't, we can go for Common Bond. People are asking about the limited resources cube. So I'm trying to make sure they get information while our opponent is thinking. You go for a fairly greedy attack here, but that seems dumb. I don't think he's going to do that. So either way, I think I'm just going to run Karazda Monitor out there and attack with this and this because he doesn't have any blocks here. Oh, Rest is sweet too, but not for now. Monitor makes this a 4/4, and I attack with both. And I mean, he can start chump blocking, but he can't be happy about it. He doesn't have enough heat right now to take down both, to take this guy down at 4. So this is a pretty good spot for us. All right. So attack here and here. We don't want to give up our Cellar of Songbirds. Not because we care about it as a creature that much, but just because it's key to keeping the Wayfaring Temple just big enough. That magic number here in Return to Ravnica has been 4. It's been 4 since day 1. If your guy has 4 power, he can get in. If he doesn't, he's going to have a much harder time. All right, so it looks like he wants to sacrifice that Void Wielder to prevent us from getting a bird and getting this Wayfaring Temple going. You know, once he gets going, things get out of hand, so... All right, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, a Spirit Skywatch. All right, I was thinking it could be Mizium Mortars, which would be pretty devastating, to be honest. It would certainly suck, but it wasn't. All right, Brush Strider, Arrest, Loxodon Smiter, and a Common Bond. What do we do? All right, we can attack with Krasna Monitor. If he double blocks, which there's really no way he can, but if he does, then we can common bond, and then it's a 2 for 2, but we get a little bit of extra value down the road from the monitor flashing back. That's not too bad. Clearing the way entirely means that when we untap, we can play Arrest on any creature he casts. If he doesn't cast a creature, then we can play Loxodon Smiter. And just continue to build out our board. I don't want to lose this bird token because of the Wayfaring Temple, but I think I will actually take a 2 for 2 if he wants it. More likely, he just, more than likely, he just takes it. It's only 3 damage. He's at 17. It's not like he's got a block here. If we're really lucky, he just blocks with the Skywatch, and then we really get him. Yeah, all right. So he didn't do that. And I think I'm just going to play the brick. It uses up the most mana we can on this turn, and it creates yet another really big threat. All right, another Frostburn Weird. This guy's deck's pretty sweet. Frostburn Weird, Void Wielder, Skywatch, and then the Guildmage is reasonable too, and a new Prof Guildmage. All right, so this guy's got some stuff, but we're still in a really commanding position at this point, I think. Let's see what we draw. Plains, maybe. That would be nice, although not super relevant. I think we might be arresting the Skywatch. If we do that, that allows the bird to fly through. And it also means that he's only got 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only got 7 total power available to him, which really isn't that much. This is actually a complex board state we need to figure out because I really want to be able to get in with this guy, but I don't want to lose him. If I attack with him, let's just say his priority is to kill this, then he can pump this up to 3 and put like this Guildmage on it. So we get a 2 for 1 out of it, and I get to common bond, and he doesn't kill it. That's only if I can arrest, though. So that actually doesn't work at all because he's going to put this on it and then probably pump this twice to make it a 3-1, and both of those would kill it. And it is a pretty solid 2 for 1 there. If he does that, he can put up to 7 power and, no, 1, 2, 3. He can only put 6 onto it, and we can make this thing a 7-7. So maybe that is just a play. If I attack with this guy, yeah, he just doesn't have blocks for this, this, or this. So I think I'm just going to attack with those and leave up Common Bond and see what he wants to do here. Because once he starts using this thing, it gets kind of annoying, but we have an answer for it. And he just doesn't have... Actually, wait. This trade is fine with me. This trade is fine with me. But Loxodon Smiter getting these 2 is not. But again, we've got the Common Bond. He just can't do it all here. I don't think he has a good block given our Common Bond. All right, he's going to go for Frostburn Weird and Nivix Guildmage on Loxodon Smiter. And he's going to take this. 4-3. He has to pump this guy. Okay, sure. But my guy doesn't die. You got to do something. All right, so he does in fact pump it. So now, oh, I see. Yeah, why did I think he'd lose both? Oh well. So now we're just going to Common Bond, and right now I need to get through 5 toughness. If I make him a 5-5, then he can pump him one more time. So I just need to put them both on here. That way we're going to get a 2 for 1 and leave us a 6-6 back. Plus he takes 8 this turn. So this is a pretty good turn. We also get to make a bird. Yeah, that's fine. And I don't think I want to play this Brush Strider out. Actually, let me think about this. So he, new Prof Guildmage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to lock this thing down. And then I attack with this, this, and this. And so he blocks this on this, and he takes 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I think we're just fine leaving this Brush Strider back. It's a little bit conservative maybe, but I mean, if he had a sweeper, he probably would have used it by now, but like having just one creature is so much better than having nothing, especially when we can go like Brush Strider, land, flash this back onto this, and then just kill him. You know, just in case he does find a mass removal spell or something to just reset our board. All right, he just decided to give it up. All right, so we're going to go to the last round here and try to salvage a 3-1. For those of you that don't play too many dailies, I recommend them. They're 4 rounds no matter what, so it's not, you know, it's a time commitment, but it's not one of these things where you're going to be like in a premier event or a PTQ online where it's like set aside 10 hours, man. You're not going anywhere. This is much more reasonable. It's 3 hours plus, you know, 3 to 4 hours, somewhere in that range. And the great part about them, though, is that they give you a little bit of that bigger tournament feel, and they reward you a lot more as far as packs and qualifier points go. And, you know, for those of you that were paying attention for this qualifier season that will have just ended, that will be coming to an end when this video first goes live, you know, if you get 15 qualifier points, that qualifies you for a preliminary thing for the Mox tournament. And it also gives you a special promotional card. Usually they're worth a few bucks and they're worth getting, but this season, it was Force of Will, which if you've ever checked it online, Force of Will is worth a lot of tickets. So, you know, it's worth it to try these. You get 1 qualifier point for winning an 8-man draft. That's hard to do. Like, people don't get, you know, qualifier points just off of drafts. That's not a common thing. What they do is they play dailies. So you have to get good at sealed. The good news is that since most of if you're going to play limited PTQs, they're usually sealed. So it actually is kind of 2 birds with 1 stone because you need to get practice at sealed anyway. So if we win our next round, we'll get a qualifier point for going 3-1. If you win all 4 rounds, you get 3 qualifier points, which is a lot. I mean, that's like winning 3 drafts, which is really hard to do. And it's also very time consuming. So yeah, so I highly recommend dipping your toe into these daily events sometimes, and we'll see if we can't pull a 3-1 out of this one.